bada boom.
Bada boom, bada bing. I don't think that's how it goes though.
How does it go? Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's how it goes.
And then bada boom, bada bang.
That's bada boom. Yeah, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
No, it was. You know what it was. You know, bada bing group. It was bada bing, bada boom. Then bada bing, bada bing, bada bing.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing.
Because the bada bing group, like Questa's like record label type thing group.
Sure.
Yeah, it was bada bing, bada bing, bada bing.
Damn.
Crazy.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing.
Crazy.
Are they recording? They're recording. That's fucking dope. We keeping that. Yo.
Oh, no ways.
Mo, this is going to begin. It's an open one.
Mo, we're recording now.
Oh.
Start.
Yeah, what's good? It's good. It's your boy, Amigo. Back again. Wait.
The mic is not.
Keeps like falling into it.
Yes, sir. Sure, the Stasi wing Mali.
Oh. Thanks, player. Okay, cool. Yeah. What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Amigo. And we took over. And I have my boy, Donaldo, Barbosa, your favorite uncle.
Yes, sir.
What's good, player?
How you, bro?
Easy. How you feel?
Nice.
I'm good. How'd you wake
good.
up this morning?
Yeah. Fairly good. On the right side of the bed.
What did you do last night?
Party.
Where?
Brom.
Where? You're dead, nah?
Brom.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What are you doing today?
Everywhere in Brom. Brom.
What? What's happening today in Brown?
Mangrove. You're asking me. You already know what's up.
But that's not the...
Mangrove Street Fest 3. Not Benjamin and Friends.
Okay, makes sense.
25K. Maclera Doughboy.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you ready for that one?
Yo. You know what I'm actually doing now?
Yeah.
Is collecting like little, like for the pamphlets, for example.
Yeah.
That actually I gave out my last Aries wine because I got a few from Dumi, like last month.
Yeah.
But now I got a couple of those. I got like a Money Bed Dube flyer that we printed out as well for the album.
Yeah.
Doo-Wop just had a listening session in the weekend.
That was
man,
crazy.
so
That was
she's
a
also
crazy one.
my hard drive is looking cool now because she had some cool stickers.
Oh, because you're a superstar now.
I'm around superstars.
Oh, okay. Because that listening session was dope. I won't lie.
No, it was really dope.
Because she had the feature from what's that guy? Mashapu Kagamamba.
That guy goes hard.
Dog.
That guy goes hard.
Because I think the first time I heard of him was on OK Malum Cool Cat's like album, and it was crazy.
And everyone knew the song. I'm there like,
Dog. It was crazy.
Recording it. I'm like, yo,
it was crazy.
Really, I'm the only one who doesn't know this song and who this guy is.
Yeah.
Nah, but he's.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy.
So,
wait, I didn't ask you what you did last night.
Thanks. Actually, I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. We had a show. We killed a show at Carfax. And then, before that, I was at the cafe at 1355. And then went straight to Carfax. Killed the show. Went straight home.
Nice.
Like, that was it.
Nah, in and out is always the best way, though.
Do you know what I'm saying? But also, sometimes it's dope to chill.
For sure.
Because we chilled for a little bit to watch like a few of the performances. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. There's actually some pretty cool guys doing their thing out here.
Yeah, just got
and
the
it was
vibes.
like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, alright, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I feel like you never turn up where you gig, though.
You can. Like, there's certain gigs.
Can.
No,
Yeah,
there's certain
places,
gigs
I mean,
where you're just
if
like,
you end up
hey,
at
yo.
like zone 6, yeah, then I mean.
There's certain gigs where you're just like, yo, it's actually a jump here.
Yeah.
Like, I could stay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have a question for you.
Sure.
Actually, I want to pose a question for you.
Right.
Why do you think, the youth doesn't vote?
Sheesh.
Oh, wait, have you ever voted?
Funny enough, no.
You see? Yeah, there we go. Why don't you vote? Why didn't you vote?
So, I never really had any political interest, like, growing up.
Yeah.
I think primarily because my parents also are not, they're not South African, right? So, they obviously just here doing their thing. They don't care about ANC, EFF, who's running. They just like, yo, we just here to get our bread, put food on the table. That's it. Anything else that's happening, that's above us. So, I never really had that influence
but
from
like, didn't it like
them.
bother you though? Like, cause like you can see like how the country's looking, right?
Yeah.
And then doesn't it get to you that like, yo, shit, actually my vote could do something?
Yeah, I think obviously now, because I'm exposed to these things, and it's more, okay, how am I just concluding, my own decisions and, my own beliefs or whatever the case is without any influence from them. It's like, okay, damn, yeah, things are really looking bad. What's that video's name? Down, down, down,
How
down,
bona
down,
di
down,
how
down.
bona nkare o thabile mo bophelong tula wa itse gore so now like are you gonna vote?
So
Next
yeah,
elections.
100%. I think now, because I also don't want to put myself in a position where I'm voting without any knowledge per se. Because I personally, where I am right now, I feel like there definitely needs to be a change in power. I think we 20 plus years in, and we've obviously had the same party, and I think we need a change. And I think the change is not necessarily going to be something good for us short term, but I think long term it's gonna definitely be beneficial, especially because right now we have youth like us who are breaking into these spaces and doing really cool things just in different spaces. And by the time we get to 30 plus and we in those positions, those influential positions, it's really going to be beneficial. So there definitely needs to be a change for sure. And I think if half the youth can vote, we could literally put somebody else new in power.
It's actually funny you say that.
And I think it's more about us acknowledging that we actually have the power in our hands. It's like, okay, cool, we have to deal with, 4 years, 5 years? What's the term?
I think it's a 4-year term.
Four?
Oh, no, it's a 5-year term. It's a 5-year term. Sorry.
So we're doing 5 years, cool. But after that, if we're not happy with what the five previous years were looking like, we put somebody else in there.
That's funny because that's the reason why I've never voted. Same. Like, I've also never voted. Because it's like, Doug, look, I followed politics for a little bit. Right? Because, I did history and, So I was like, okay, cool. Also, because I'd sit and watch the news sometimes. Like, just doing nothing. And I'm eating and the news is playing, right? So you pick up on, what's happening in the country, whatever. And I realized that, no, man. I'm not going to vote because the same party is going to win. And it's like, unless there is a party that, or someone, or whatever, that sounds like it deserves and is convincing enough for my vote, then
Do you think, one, there is that, and two, that the youth is represented well?
I'll be honest with you. There's a party, I won't mention what party. I won't mention that party.
What is it?
I won't mention that party. But, let me, okay, fine. I resonate more with the EFF. Right? And I'll tell you why.
Chaotic. I do too, but chaotic.
It's chaotic, right? But, so what I noticed in the beginning stages of it, right? Because, they came in, they were bringing down buildings and whatever. And I was like, oh, these guys are dope. Like, yo, what's going on here? Like, what's up with this, right? And I realized that the message they're conveying made sense, right? The only reason why they're doing what they're doing is because that was the only way they could get attention from the parliament.
Right.
Which is cool. Like, if I was in the same position, I would have done the same thing, honestly. Because if I speak, you're not listening, so I'm going to tear down the building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I resonate with that also because what it's done is it feels like it is, like it felt like it is speaking, they say what I think. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think it would be fun and very interesting to have a party that would lead South Africa but challenge South Africa as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because right now, we have a government that's very complacent.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they know they're going to go to the rural areas, give out shirts, give out food parcels,
and convince
get our grandmothers to vote. And the grandmothers are going to vote for the ANC. Because it's like, yo, they gave me food. Hey, they fixed 2 potholes here.
Yeah, but that's also another thing that I struggle to wrap my head around, where it's like, they in that position, but nothing actually changes, or nothing has actually changed over the course of,
Yeah, true.
And it's like, well, then why are we still in that position where it's like they're still putting them in power?
Do you know what I think, nah? I think it's because people, well, the older generation trust them so much.
Fair.
For some odd reason.
Fair.
Right? Historically, we can understand some of the reasons.
Rather the devil,
Dog. But until when? Like, you understand? Like,
So
until when? Like, because you must understand that certain things need to change. Right?
Inevitably.
And in order for them to change, for a little bit, we need to be uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if right now we're at a point where we have a party in power, right? Okay, cool. But we know what we're gonna get, right? Everyone is gonna sit at home and think, I'm not gonna vote because they're gonna win anyway.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Which I mean is not the right.
But how
mindset
about we
to
change
have.
the narrative and say, actually, let me vote for the other party. Like, let me actually see what's gonna happen.
Exactly, and see, yeah.
Like-
and if we're not happy, we
Do you know what I'm
switch
saying?
it up.
Switch it up.
Switch it
Like,
up.
I think that's the biggest problem we have, is that, like, we are a country that's afraid of change for some odd reason. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird because also all the people in parliament are old. Like, they're old, bro. Like, they're old. And it's like, yo,
And that's why
you
I was
don't know what's
asking-
going on here. Like, we can't go to Scala. Have you ever asked me why? You just told me we have NSFAS, and then
Yeah, I mean, which is in shambles as well.
do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I also heard with that like they cut certain degrees. So apparently
Really?
NSFAS doesn't fund for certain like degrees anymore. Like, dog.
Wow.
Because I remember I was talking to someone that was studying. I think this guy was studying teaching, and he was like, "No, NSFAS cut me because they said they don't cater for my degree anymore."
But you know, it's stuff like that. It's like, how are we battling with unemployment at the rate that it's at on this side? Which
Yeah.
I feel like is a lie. They said it decreased. Absolute cap.
Absolute.
Please
cap,
tell me
bro.
where we've created jobs in the past.
Decrease word.
Please. But we're dealing with that, and then in the same breath, we're dealing with a NSFAS that's, restricting and cutting, opportunities to the youth. And it's like, well, then how are we actually filling these gaps?
Can I be honest with you?
Please.
A part of me feels like
Don't lie to
they
me.
don't want
Too many
they
people
don't
have
want
lied.
to fix the
The
unemployment
government
rate.
has lied too much.
They don't want to fix the unemployment rate. A part of me really feels that because
In benefit of what, though?
let me tell you, no? So let me tell you why I feel like they don't want to. It is because they know that once they fix that, ne, then the youth will challenge them in other aspects.
They must vibe.
But they don't want
They
to.
must vibe.
That's why they can charge the 500 billion. Do you understand?
22 million on
So-
a flag.
Dog, it lights at night. Did God touch it? Do you understand? So it's like it's stuff like that. Because also the unemployment rate is the weird part about that, nah, is that I feel like also as a youth we have some sort of like responsibility, dog. Like
In terms of the unemployment
in terms of
rate.
yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Because also like, I mean, it is one of the worst in the world. Sharp, if not the worst in the world. Sharp, we know this. Nah? So every day we go to bed knowing that we have the worst unemployment rate in the world. Right?
Why are we not acting on it?
You understand? So, but also every day we go to bed with certain skills. We go to bed with certain ideas. You know, we go to bed with certain people in our contact list that we can call.
I hear that. Can
And
I
it's like-
counter that though? Because I mean,
Yeah.
I want to agree to disagree. Because I feel like in the same breath, we're restricted to resources to make certain things happen.
Fair,
So,
fair,
in as much
fair.
as you might have the greatest idea ever, but do you actually have the resources to make that thing come to life? And in this case, is the government then aiding you to be able to be in a position where you can make that thing come to life? And not only you alone, but 50 other people in the
Yeah.
same capacity, because that's what we need.
You know what I think, nah? I think if you remove that from pinning it on the government. Nah? So let me give you an example.
Sure.
Let's say I have an idea to build speakers, right? Or to follow Dr. Dre and make like another Beats by Dre,
Sure.
right? I would go to Yamaha and say, hey, I would like to test your sound. Can I hear what it sounds like? Right? I'd listen to different kinds of speakers and I'd speak to someone, right? So what that does is, because you must understand that what I've learned, né, is that a lot of the times you won't get the job you apply for. You always get it through someone else, right? That's why referrals and recommendations are so cool. Because you might not have a degree in interior designing, but you might be the world's
land
best
that.
interior designer.
Right.
You could land that because you spoke to Tepo from Kai with a dope interior designing company. Tepo likes your character. Tepo's like, yo, let me take this kid under my wing. You learn some stuff, you start your own thing, and it takes off.
So,
You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
think one of the biggest things also is exposure to certain industries,
For sure.
right? And
For
to
sure.
certain, because a lot of the times, a lot of people are hard to get a hold of. But sometimes I also feel like we always look at the ones at the top. like I want to get a hold of a Raf Simmons, or like I want to get a hold of like a $1 fit.
Kanti, the pro is right here.
Kanti, dog.
Yeah.
You're here. I could say, yo, dog, actually, I want to do this thing. Do you know, like, anyone I could talk to? And you could say, yo, go talk to Wanda. And Wanda's now making shoes.
Yeah.
Then I can say, oh, shit, let me actually try that too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's one way we could look at countering the unemployment rate. Right? But it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, because my issue with that is that we get people like you and I who are obviously fairly privileged to have gone to a decent school to be able to follow their dreams and pursue their dreams and be in these kinds of spaces. But that's literally like a minority. You know, the large majority is people in the hoods. You know, it's kids that actually don't know, oh, you know what? I can actually go to a Yamaha and be like, yo, can I test your stuff out and actually, do you know what I'm saying?
But can I counter argue that?
Sure.
But they can be on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and
with what data?
And
half
see,
the kids there on Facebook, half the kids don't even know what
don't you
Instagram
can
is.
search
Do you know what I'm
things
saying?
on
No, but
but
that's what
that's
I
a
mean when I
real
say
thing.
it's like lack of resource. Because to be honest, we should be at a place where Mangpu Mala, I go on, I should be connected to free Wi-Fi.
Ish.
Do you know,
Boy,
it's small things
somebody
like that.
do something.
It's small things like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you still have kids in the rural areas who are buying airtime to be able to do homework or to be able to do a research? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, how much money is also going into that, where it should be something that should be covered and provided. Like,
but also, you know what I feel like, nah? There's a lot of people that are in fairly privileged positions, nah? And that is never a thought in their minds, right? Because also you must understand what I've noticed is that exposure goes both ways, right? If you've been exposed to a lot of good, that's kind of all you'll kind of, you know, gravitate towards. If you've been exposed to a lot of, like, let's say for example, money, you know, that will be a part of like all you know for a little bit, right? But if you've been exposed to a lot of like poor circumstances, whatever, you'll know a lot more about that, right? So a lot of privileged people wouldn't necessarily take the responsibility to find out what's happening on this side.
fair.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So then it kind of it puts pressure on them. Well, the society would put pressure on them to say, yo, but you're not doing this, right? But how do we know they're saying, yo, but who do I talk to do this? Do you understand? Because it's funny because I'm not from a well-privileged background, right, necessarily. But my best friend is. He was the richest guy in high school, arguably.
Our high school.
Yeah.
He was the
Tlali.
Tlali?
Yeah.
Don't know what Tlali.
Kalafang.
Nah.
But anyway.
Face
So
probably, yeah.
he was fairly privileged, bro. Right? And it's funny because him and I got along so well, despite our financial things. But it got to a point where, because we built that connection, we were able to meet each other halfway with certain things. Do you understand? He was able to learn what I have learned from my background that I was able to teach him.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Those are always the best, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's also something that we all need to kind of think about and talk about. Because we don't have these conversations openly also. Do you understand? Because people are afraid, number one, of taking responsibility.
True.
You know? Number two is like, if you're privileged or you were born into a privileged family, dog, it's not your fault.
Lucky me.
Oh, it's not your fault, dog. I wish my mom was doing what Petrus Mutsepa was doing. But, you know, they were fighting the government.
Yeah.
Petrus Mutsepa was doing his thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's like, whoever his kids are, it's not their fault. I grew up and my dad was rich. I bet. Must I kill myself? Type thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I think it's conversations we just need to have. Like,
for sure. I think in addition to that, though, I think it's also where are we then as a society as a whole? Because it's, in as much as it's not my fault that I was born into a wealthy family.
Yeah.
But then what is my end goal and my purpose in life?
Yeah, but then I think that's then a form of self-reflection. Because
100%.
you must, before you go to bed, you must think about it.
100%.
Because your purpose and your end goal and whatever, it's something that, like, I won't lie, like, my grand always said to me, that should bother you. Like, that should always make you uncomfortable. And I was asked her why. She was like, yo, because your purpose is always changing. Because you're always growing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So, then the older I got, the more I learned that, like, a lot of the things are interlinked. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's crazy. It's wild. What do you think your purpose is?
Damn.
Vaguely.
Yeah. I feel like I can't answer that question vaguely.
Nah, you can't.
But
okay, but
I think vaguely to inspire people, to definitely my goal in this lifetime is to definitely get that 30% unemployment rate to like a 0, and I think take everybody out of the streets. And now I'm talking about just Africa as a whole. Everybody else, we got a lot of catching up to do, so they'll be strong. But yeah, I really just want to see Africa bridge the gap. So literally in any way, shape, or form possible that I can help people. Which, I mean, for the most part, definitely comes with some sort of monetary or rather financial freedom.
Yeah.
To be able to be in that position to do these things. But
that's crazy.
Yo, boy, like,
that's crazy. That's actually a bit hectic. I won't lie.
If I could just be a billionaire, yo, I'll be the most guy ever.
I don't know. I think like the one thing I've always, and I think about this so much. The one thing that I would like, is that I don't think I want too much. Like of money. Like I don't think I want too much. Like I think I just want enough.
Me, I don't want. I want too much, but not too much to spend on myself. Too much to just distribute. Too much to go, okay, cool. Let's go invest in this area. Let's go build proper houses there. Okay, cool. Let's actually build an institution that's providing.
But like that's also
to niche markets.
That's also what I kind of mean. Just enough to help
to be able to
where I can, when I can, however I can. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So enough to kind of wake up on a Tuesday and say, "Yo, I actually feel like going to Spain." Like, you know, let me go to Spain.
For sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, yeah, just not too much. Because too much, I feel like too much puts you... It brings a certain amount of pressure. Right? Because there's this thing I read the one time. I'll tell you why. There's this thing I read. Apparently, I don't know how true this is, right? But apparently, Bill Gates said when he passes away...
Bill Gates.
Boy.
Cap.
No. What do you mean, Cap? Apparently, he said that like when he passes away,
sure,
he's not leaving anything to his children. Obviously, like they get the house or whatever, but like,
okay,
he's not leaving any money to his children.
So what's gonna happen to all the billions?
He's gonna give it to orphanages. And but that's
if you struggle to do that in your presence right now in your life.
Yeah,
I don't see it after. Forget about it.
But then also, he got divorced and his wife became a billionaire.
Damn, it's tough at the top.
But it's even worse at the bottom. Yo, it's even worse at the bottom. That you must never smell the bottom, boy. Ever.
No matter what you do.
But let me actually ask you,
the bottom.
Ever. So, what do you do? For a lot of the people at home that don't know what you do, what do you do?
Vaguely, ne?
Yeah, vaguely. Tell us what you do.
I'm in arts and entertainment. So I artist manage currently at the moment.
Who do you artist? Hey, speak.
The baddest Badu, Money Badu.
Okay.
Just dropped a debut album titled Porn Star. Yeah.
Crazy. I won't lie, I think the first time I saw it on Instagram, because I saw the title of the album, I said, whoa.
Shock value.
Porn Star.
Yeah.
Club bangers.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it's complete opposite.
Yeah, I know.
It's, a couple of club bangers. Maybe one official club banger.
Yeah.
But all the other songs on there are just musically good.
Yeah.
Which I think is why it's so good to digest, because you obviously get that shock factor. You're like Porn Star, and then you expect a certain sound, and when you actually play it, it's like completely different.
But like, how do you feel about them, like, as a female artist, a colored female artist, in the rap game? Because when you look at her, you expect something, and then when you hear her, it's something totally different.
Yeah. When
you listen to what she's saying, it's totally different. Right? So how do you feel about females in the game in general?
First and foremost, I think that women are running everything, and I think they should be allowed more platforms.
Facts.
And I think the entertainment space is a representation of, one, the society we live in, and two, how, I guess, unfair, I don't know if unfair is the right word, but for like a better word, how unfair or unbalanced things currently are.
Yeah.
I think women are killing the style game. They're killing the raps. They're
killing the art.
They're killing literally every single thing. And you know, it's something that I like came to my knowledge more recently when I started managing money. Where she'd be like, "Yeah, you just have to wear a t-shirt and you're fine." I'm like, damn. Actually, like as bros, you're not. There isn't much pressure. Yeah, there isn't much pressure in general for you to show up. You know, whereas.
But I feel like as a bro, you must want to.
Yeah, you have to want to because people expect you to.
Okay, fair.
Naturally,
fair.
Yeah. Whereas with women on the other side, it's like you have to because you're not being given the space to.
Yeah.
So you have to go even 10 times harder than the bros expected to. And who's provided all these platforms and spaces.
Because it's a male-dominated industry. Anyway.
Precisely my point. So, I mean, I just love the fact that, you know, women of color will have someone to look up to, obviously, in the entertainment space.
Yeah.
And she's definitely going to inspire a lot of female MCs, women in general, to do whatever they want to do. Not necessarily be musicians, but, you know, just empower them to follow their dreams.
You know, the first time I found out you're managing them, I thought of something. Nah? Naturally...
When you say this, I'm like, okay...
Naturally, you would imagine a guy managing a guy. Mm-hmm. Right? Naturally. Just we get each other. Right? You're a dude, I'm a dude. Aight, ciao. Yo, cool. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. Right? Then I found out you're managing money. Right? Crazy. And I thought, how do you do it? Because it is tricky to manage, as a man, I would imagine, to manage a female group necessarily, because you manage her and Saucy, no?
Oh no, Saucy. Yeah, so people got confused when it dropped MK Ultra.
Yeah,
thought that we were a group, but they were just one best friends. And then obviously as individuals came together to provide the project. But I'll manage it.
Okay. So yeah, how do you do it? Like as a dude? That's crazy. Cause like
I think to be completely honest with you, I have an answer to your question. I think I definitely have to give props to the relationship I have with my mom.
Yeah.
I think she's definitely the closest person to me. And so it's been easy to almost just like mirror that.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it is, 100%. I think if I grew up differently, I probably would have found it a bit harder to navigate through that.
Through the relationship with money.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think I've definitely, obviously, because I am so close to my mom, I've learned certain things and that you can only learn when you're exposed to.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And it's funny because I was having this chat with one of my friends, no? So just like you, I was also raised by a lot of women, right? My family's woman dominated, right? So I was raised by my grand, my aunts, everyone, right? So, and he was raised by like his dad, his uncles and whatever, right? And someone said they can see the difference in behavior from the both of us, right? And it was very interesting because then I was like, hey, how do you mean?
Yeah, no, and it's something that's very evident though.
Yeah. Because he was like, that's the guy that was raised by his dad and his uncles, whatever. He's a lot more like wild. Like he's a lot more like you can see this bro's a bro. Like he's get out. Do you understand?
Sure.
And he was like, the gents that were raised by like a lot of women, you could see the feminine touch in them. Which is weird because the first thing you said when I said take off your hoodie, you said I don't have my earrings on. it was kind of funny. I won't lie. I was like, okay, cool.
To be honest, I didn't know what to say in that moment. So I was like, shit.
It was like, okay, cool, I get that though. But on the serious one, on a serious note, no?
Yeah. On a lighter note, man, I've been chopping serious chats, but sure.
Okay, we'll get to the lighter one. We'll get to the lighter one, no? I want to touch on youth there. Right? How much of it do you know? Number one. Number two, how much of it do you care about? Based on like what you were taught in school.
Yeah,
or what you picked up.
Yeah, I think my knowledge doesn't go too far outside of that.
Yeah.
Outside of school and education and that, because again, I feel like it's a scam, low key.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're not truly represented when it comes to Youth Day. Like we say Youth Day, but what are we actually saying? Like, what does it actually stand for? Like, what are we actually pushing? What's this movement? What is Youth Day? Like, it's just the day that
we wear a uniform and get lit.
How?
There we go.
You understand? But that's one of the issues I have with just society as a whole, where I feel like we somewhat lost because we don't necessarily have the knowledge, or we're shying away from the history and stuff that's actually made us who we are. And I was saying this to somebody else the other day, where I feel like slowly, if we don't get our act together as South A, we're going to fall behind to the likes of like Ghana, Nigeria. Because the one thing that stands out for me is how knowledgeable they are in terms of their past and how much that actually affects their day-to-day.
Yeah.
And the last generation we saw actually affected by these things are our parents.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to carry that weight and that burden.
Because they did for us.
Right. And it kind of puts us in a complacent position where we just, it's Youth Day, cool vibes.
Yeah.
But it's, okay, what does that actually stand for?
Yeah, but like, what would you like it to be, though?
I think if it could be, in as much as it is a celebration of us youngins and what we're actually doing, I feel like it needs to be passing down of like keys.
Yeah.
And knowledge and flowers and just a space where information is shared.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
How do you feel
know
about it? I definitely want to counter or impose that question to you, rather.
I'm very iffy about it.
It's a scam!
I'm very iffy about it, bro. Like it's like
Yahoo boys.
It was it was a real thing that happened, right? It was a real thing that happened. It was real events. It happened, cool, right? But I think we got to the point where, as South A, we got to the point where it almost feels like you're supposed to know what it is, right? So we walk down the street and we assume everyone knows what exactly Youth Day is and what it's supposed to be.
Sarafina.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come 15 June, Sarafina's playing. But come 16 June, if you go to church in uniform. You go to groove in uniform. When they ask you why you're wearing uniform, it's Youth Day. Why is it Youth Day? It's Youth Day. It's Youth Day. It's South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Not for real, because you'd be surprised how a lot of like people don't know what it stands for, what it is, and what it should be. Because a lot of the times people don't teach, right? So I'm not gonna lie, I've never had a conversation with a single family member of mine where they said, "Hey, sit down. This is what Youth Day is." Never.
This is what actually happened.
Like, not once. I learned everything like in Scala, and like, you know, you watch Sarafina and you're like, "Oh, I have an idea."
Yeah.
Like, I get it
really
now.
Killed our parents.
Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Because also, oh shit, speaking of Sarafina, actually, right? The guy that made Sarafina, so I was watching this thing while my mom was watching this thing, right? So I walked in and she was watching it, and this bro apparently said he wants to remake Sarafina.
Right.
Nah? Into like into like a modernized like type version of it. How do you feel about that?
I don't know how to feel about that.
Why?
Because again, I feel like it takes away from that knowledge, that meaning, that because once you do that, it can't be the same.
Yeah, it's
you
not
remake
the same
it.
anymore.
It's literally it's one thing to remake a movie and say, okay, we're putting better graphics.
It's almost like remaking Sister Petit.
Daughter.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, now I get you. Because I feel exactly the same way.
Bruh.
I feel like that.
Then it's over.
I feel exactly the
just
same
forget
way.
about the youth.
But no, and I'm with you all the time. No, recently, as of like we're together a lot.
True.
I've never asked you if you have a hand.
Eish.
Actually, do you have a hand?
Stay away from hands, guys.
So you don't have a hand.
Stay away from
So you
them.
don't have
As
a
much as I love and appreciate women, stay away from them. Stay far away.
Like, not why?
Nah, I don't have a hand. And I have hands.
Hey. Hey.
No. On a serious note. I think To be completely honest with you,
Yeah.
I definitely am in my eat my youth era.
Ka fork and knife, boy.
Yeah. Sometimes even with their hands.
Ka fork and knife,
Can't
boy.
eat with
Ka
the
fork
fork and
and
knife.
Eat your
Sometimes
youth,
you
ka
must
fork
go
and
eat
knife,
with the
boy.
hands as well. But yeah, I think I just don't want to put myself in a position where I'm compromising on my work.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be in a position where I feel like I'm giving somebody 50% and then they're like, ish, but you never really this,
yeah,
that,
okay, makes sense.
So I'm like, hey, I'd rather just avoid that and just know it's okay, you know what? Until I get to that position, yeah, I can't rest.
But like, don't you think it would make things a little bit easier if you had a hand?
In what way? Because I feel like...
Emotionally, maybe.
I mean...
You know?
But you can get that from any hand, though. You don't necessarily...
chief.
That you can say, you can vibe... I mean, say you're vibing with a girl right now. Do you have a hand? Yeah.
Huh?
So you vibing
Me
with
no
the
hablo no English. Me no hablo no English.
So say you vibe with a girl, and be it maybe it's 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is.
Yeah.
For that time period, you can use it as emotional support.
But then you're using her.
Everybody uses everybody, bro.
Fair.
Like in this life, it's literally a give and take.
So you feel like in relationships, it's better packaged.
In terms of
like everyone using everyone.
I don't think I'm entirely understanding your question.
So I get what you said. You could vibe with a girl, and you could use her for like emotional support or whatever, right? So I'm saying in relationships, do you feel like it's better packaged because someone could be using you in your relationship, and it's like you would be okay with it because you are in a relationship.
Yeah, and I mean,
so it doesn't feel wrong for them to do that,
right? And you're getting something in return.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you feel like it's better packaged.
I mean, if you're able to be loyal.
There's loyal chat, though. What
defines
makes a bro loyal in a relationship?
It's different for everybody. But I mean, I think there's like certain boundaries that are a no-brainer. Cheating.
What's cheating, though?
Entertaining somebody else. Entertaining the thought of somebody else. I feel like that counts as cheating. Not necessarily just the act of. You've been cheating a lot lately.
It was not easy.
That day when they beat Jesus, it was not easy.
So you think entertaining the act of someone else is cheating?
100%.
Have you ever cheated before?
I have.
Huh.
I'm not proud.
What? Why did you cheat?
Because I wanted to get out of the relationship.
So why don't you just say that? Like, I want
That's
out.
Crazy. I think I was definitely immature at the time. And I was just like, and I just wanted the hype.
You can't blame it on maturity.
No, I definitely am going to do that because I just got caught up in the hype and I wanted to know what it felt like to break somebody else's heart.
What the fuck? What is that?
Like, I'm going to be blunt as hell. Like, I'm just going to have to be blunt with it. Like,
have you ever had your heart broken?
Oh, hell yeah.
So do you think that's the reason why you want to break someone else's heart?
1 to 2. I don't want to break anyone's heart now. I want to hold someone's heart fragilely. Like, I'm careful. But yeah.
That's so crazy. That is so crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
It's wild.
Wow. Okay. So now I wanna find out something, no? It's funny because you and I actually had this conversation, I think 3 days ago in Brom, ne?
Macro.
Was it on Thursday?
Probably.
It was on Thursday, yeah. And we were talking about support groups or systems or whatever in the entertainment industry. Right? And we were both in the entertainment industry, we were both in the creative spaces, right? And we were having a conversation based on like, well, I, at the time, had posed a thought to him and said that like, I feel like there are groups, well, there isn't a strong enough support system in the entertainment industry, right? And then you had followed up and said that like, there are groups, it's just that like, it's in cliques. So, and if you're not part of that clique, you're not going to get that kind of support. The support that Speecho gets because he's in the clique. Do you know what I'm saying? So, then how do you feel about it now? Like, do you think that it could be a thing where we could speak about it a lot more as people, as the youth in the entertainment industry, if anything, right? Because I can't go to a Dr. Pepper because he's old and say, yo, dog, like, you know, because I'm not part of that clique. right? So then it would be weird because I'm a stranger to them to say, yo, you know? So how do you feel about like support systems and support groups in the entertainment industry?
I definitely think just acting on things. Like,
Yeah.
I think we definitely need to put sure, dog, nah, that idea, nah,
It was dope.
nah,
It was dope.
we have to do it.
Yeah.
And more like, yo, bro, actually I have a pop-up next week. You have merch? Come through. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it needs to be. Like, that's what it needs to be. As opposed to, just like, because when you do what we're currently doing, you literally just create distance.
Yeah.
And you literally create a barrier of entry.
Yeah.
And not only are you restricting somebody else, but
Yeah.
yourself too, because you need other people to grow. Inevitable. Like, this is not new news.
No man is an island.
How?
An island can't survive without water.
Exactly. So I definitely still feel the same way from that conversation. And just definitely just acting on things. Yeah.
Are you acting on anything that an idea or the same thing you say? Are you acting on it though?
At the moment, no.
Why?
Because I think my focus has kind of shifted. But my mentality is still the same. I mean, for the past maybe 2 years getting into the entertainment space, I've been more of that. Like, in as much as I know that I can come up with a cool idea and the Leo in me, since apparently now we must be chakra gens, the Leo in me wants to do it alone and be like, F everybody else, I got this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, acknowledging that somebody can maybe execute your vision better is not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh, wait. I just thought of something.
Sure.
Nah. And we've touched on it a little bit.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on sex? Straight to it, but.
Damn. It's great.
Your thoughts on sex in general.
It's great.
Are you having any of it?
Lots of it.
So you're having lots of it.
Every day. Okay, that's...
No way.
Okay, maybe not every day.
But you're having lots of it.
Fairly. A good amount.
Okay. So, do you use protection?
Hell yeah.
How do you feel about women using contraceptives then? Oh, no, not that. Nah, forget that question.
Okay.
Apparently they're going to introduce male contraceptives. That's what I want.
Sign me up! My name,
Boy, first in line. Oh, no ways. First in line.
No, but I mean, I wouldn't want to be the testing generation though.
Yeah, no, because then if it fails, then you're fine.
Yeah, that makes me feel some type of way. So I think I'll stick to the traditional way, for sure.
But then, like, what do you mean, dude? What's the traditional way?
Condom.
Pull out. You guys pulling?
I mean,
Are you pulling out, Chief? Are you pulling out, Chief?
always. And then you gotta dip the hot sauce.
Do you understand?
What is that?
Yeah.
Explain that. For people that don't know it, explain that one. Explain that one.
That's so funny.
Dog.
Yeah.
What's the thing in the hot sauce?
So when we say traditional, I'm referring to condoms, of course.
Yeah.
So obviously, once you've done the deed and you've done your thing, you've ejaculated, then just like throw a little bit of hot sauce in there, some peri, just to like
okay.
kill it off.
Yeah. But
Kill
why don't
them
you take a
kids.
shower?
A shower,
Yeah.
Wait, you're throwing hot sauce in the condom?
right?
Yeah.
What for?
Because I mean, yeah, you don't want like
Insemination.
yeah, you don't want it to go take out the condom
And then, put it in. Yeah, and inseminate it.
yeah.
Because that's
So
a real
what?
thing. Like,
So,
no, that's a real thing.
so you ask for hot sauce after doing the deed. What if it's at her place? You're like,
You gotta have it on you.
Gotta stay packing.
It's a buy one,
Gotta
another one
stay
free. Like you can't whip out the condom and not have the hot sauce.
So these youngins, it's off. You go asking for a condom and a sachet of hot sauce.
When was the first time? When was the first time you had sex?
When was the first
Broke
time?
your virginity.
Damn. I think I was 60.
You were 16. Was she older than you?
No. We were actually the same age.
Really?
Funny enough.
How did that happen?
Lord knows. A friend of mine tried to play Cupid, and then we were speaking, and then
I think I also broke my. I can't. My mama watching this, but
hey man,
I think I broke it also.
around the
when I
same
was-
age.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I was.
And she was older.
Of course, she was older.
Of course.
She was in. I was in grade 8. She was in matric.
Nice.
Right, and let me tell you, dog, how this happened is actually so wild. This hand thought I was in matric, so she never really asked me how old I was.
How marambo credit.
No, but also I don't, like I didn't look because I was very like neat,
Sure.
and I'm a very like
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
soft boys
You know what I'm saying?
worldwide.
So I remember we met on the bus. Ne, I took the bus from school to Gandhi.
Romantic.
You understand? And she was there, so I saw her. I'm like, yo, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? Yeah, my name's Nell. What's your name? And she thought I was funny. Because, I crack jokes, whatever.
Sure.
And I didn't know she was like in matric. Because she didn't look it also. She didn't know I was in grade 8 because I didn't look it also. Also because I didn't wear. So we had like different like ties that would tell you that you're in grade 8.
Right.
I didn't wear that because I was an RCL. So and the RCL tie looks like the matric tie. Do you know what I'm saying?
RCL grade 8.
You understand?
Right.
Come on. So then we had the chat, and then we get to Gandhi, cool. Then we start hanging out every day. Right, every day. Then she starts skipping chess to hang out with me every day. Then I start skipping soccer.
Just play with your king.
You understand?
Your
Cool, whatever. Then the one time, one of my friends hosted like a young like bride type thing, right, in Kensington. So we're like, cool, shut up.
Kensington, that's literally my hood.
Yeah. I'm not, because school is not too far from
Right.
there. So I'm going to sleep
area,
there on a Saturday, wake up, play my game, go home.
Easy.
Right? Cool, get there, we do our thing. Right? We chilling, eating, drinking, whatever. Hi, man. And also, mind you, it's the first time like in my life where I'm like, yo, I feel illegal, bro. Shit, I'm a wanted man. Like, my mama don't know where I am.
Yo.
This is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I bet.
Still feel that way till this day, though.
Dog.
Yeah.
Then she calls me. She's like, yo, where you at? No, I'm at this chillers type thing. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm like, oh, alright, cool, whatever. She gets there. Then, like, it gets to a point where, there's that thing at a house party where, like, chains start picking.
Yeah.
Like, no one says it out loud, nah?
Yeah.
But the eyes will tell you that, like, boy.
The other day, though, I was actually at a house party, and that happened. It was literally like a congregation. It was so crazy. Like, all the brews. I walked out, and I was like, yo. All the brews are just here.
Everyone is
like,
picked.
yeah, dog. So, that, I'm like, oh, shit, this is what's happening?
Yeah,
I bet.
So I bet that happens, and then I find myself, like, in a room. I don't even know whose room that was, bro. I found myself in a room with her, and then, like, yeah.
Found
Then it went down.
myself in a room.
Yeah, I was it. And then, like, it kept happening, and then how she found out was actually so funny.
Wait, how she found out? Oh, that you were
That
in
I
grade
was, yeah, it was actually so funny. So I had a speech at
Cinematric certificate.
I had a speech at JP Girls, right? Because she went to JP Girls. So I'm cool. I get there, I'm like, and also I'm not ugly, we're not gonna sit here and like, we're not ugly, So I'm cool. I get to this gala because I had like my afro,
Sure.
Get to this gala, I'm looking neat, shoes are shiny. I even did my nails that day.
Sure.
I get there. Cool, I see the girls are checking me out. Alright, cool. What's up? What's good? That's good. I get on stage and she's the first person I see.
Damn.
Right? But then I don't know it's the matric section.
Mm.
Right? And then man, I start looking around, I'm seeing matric. Because they had like badges.
Right.
Matric. I'm like, why are you sitting there, bro? What's going on here? And then like when they introduce me, they're like, no, grade 8. What's
Hey.
Boy, the bus ride home was not the one. The bus ride home was not the one.
Oh, man.
Because I got to the bus, it was actually so wild. So I was friends with her friend. Nah, she was also in the trick. So I get to the bus.
And she also didn't know, I'm assuming.
She didn't know. Because also we didn't have that conversation.
Mm.
It was never like, oh, hi, I'm Nell, I'm 16. Oh, yeah, I'm Smong Bang, So I cool, whatever, sharp. I get to the bus. Nah. I even took the late one to try like dodge her. Gandhi, she took the late
The
one.
later as well.
Yo, boy, I get to the bus, I cool. I walk in, she's the first person I see again. I'm like, fuck. Okay. I walk straight past. I cool. I get off. When I get off, she's like, yo, come here. I'm like, oh, you don't call me like that. She's like, I'm older than you. Then it became like a thing, dog. And I'm like, Oksala, yo, Shaile. Oksala, yo. Gile. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But then I want to ask, no?
Sure.
How do you feel about, like, do you think girls right now are like a lot more freaky or like conservative? Like,
Freaky.
Yeah, G6. Oh, what would you prefer? What would you prefer? What would you prefer? Let's not die. Let me change it. What would
No,
you prefer?
variety, definitely. I mean,
Would you prefer a freaky one or a conservative one?
definitely a freaky girl.
Why?
Just nasty is always better.
Nasty
bro.
how?
Like,
You see?
all sorts of
Ash,
nasty.
did you see what I did there? Nasty how? You see? Ash, but, oh wait, it's fine. Don't catch it later. It's fine.
Yeah, no. I like experimenting. So, yeah, someone who's just open-minded, I guess, which would be titled as a freak.
So what's experimenting? What experimenting?
Damn, are we gonna go in detail?
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
It's a real thing, like it happens. People use butt plugs, you know. So
Yeah, shit.
Damn, our niggas are using butt plugs?
no,
Nah, not
people do.
homies.
People do.
Yeah, no, not homies.
No.
I mean, there are homies using butt plugs.
No, I mean the girls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's a real thing.
Hell yeah.
Fucking 21-year-olds. Goddamn.
Pop
So-
it in. That's it.
Put the butt plug in, boy. So now, like, you want the freaky one,
Yeah.
so you can experiment a lot more.
Yeah.
So would you experiment with toys?
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
So you've experimented with toys? In you, or like you were like?
Oh, I was providing the
So you,
assistance to
but
the
would you?
toy.
Actually?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your ass ate?
No.
Would you ever have your ass ate?
Damn.
No, for real.
You know what's crazy about this though? You know that before I even answer my question, do
Yeah.
you know where a man's G-spot is?
Yeah,
Bro,
I know.
that is crazy to me.
It's like just after the
And,
thing.
okay, let me ask you a question. Would you ever have your nipple sucked or licked?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And that shit is very sensational. I have.
Sensational.
Sensational. Personally, I don't think I would have my ass ate though.
Would you ever eat? Would you ever eat ass?
Yeah.
So you would eat ass, but you'd never have your ass ate. Why? You
If
feel like
if
are
it's
you
by
scared to
mistake,
like it too
no,
much?
if it's a mistake, and it's like, woo, cool. Let's keep it pushing. Never again. I never. Yeah.
Why?
Okay, but what happens if I like it though?
Then you like it.
Damn. What happens if you like it?
Then I like it.
Damn, bro. So you'll always have your ass ate.
You get me?
Damn. I just think
How soon do you guys expect to have sex? Once starting to date someone. How soon?
Actually, how soon do you expect to have sex with
with
someone?
immediate effects.
Hello, hi. I've got a room, kai.
Yeah.
So,
Sheesh. Personally, for me,
yeah.
I think I categorize it like it depends how far I'm trying to go with the person.
Yeah.
So,
don't.
no, I think I never, if I want to build something long term with somebody, I wouldn't want to smash after like the 3-4 times.
How do you know?
What? How do you? What?
No, obviously you get to know somebody, you have interest in them, you see, okay, maybe they're ticking more boxes than not, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I can actually compromise more than I can with somebody else, like, okay, yeah,
So
you know?
so it flows
Exactly.
and you enjoy it.
Exactly.
But then how do you know when like you're just trying to smash?
Ah, boy.
'Cause, I mean, it could be-
Now,
it
if
could
I walk
be-
in a room and I see you, I'm like, sure.
No, 'cause you know why I'm asking, no?
Manji. Yeah,
It could be like she could be a really good person,
she could be.
you know, but you just want to smash.
Yeah.
Like how do you make that decision then?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you ever walk into a room and you're just like, yo, damn, the things I would do to you.
Yeah, that's for real.
And that's it.
That's real shit.
And that's it.
Shit.
That's where it ends. Like,
Boy,
Oh, shit.
see that thought. It's a
Yeah.
tricky one.
why?
It was not easy. Boy, because you know what happened to me the one time, no? True story, actually. A day.
Dane.
Boy,
Aha.
I walk in, cool, you know, and the first thing I always do is get a glass of water, right? So okay, now cool, you greet everyone, whatever, you sing the bros, whatever. I get my water. Boy, I turn, this hand standing right here. Yo, hey, with that tight, yo, boy. As soon as I turn, she's here. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. She's like, hi, hey. And like she like brushed my hand. Boy, she just said hi. I said, hey, my sister. Hey, hi, I'm Noah. What is your name? What is your name?
Who are you, lovely, beautiful?
So how do you feel about one night stands then?
Yeah, I'm for it.
Really? This guy. Okay, cool.
Absolutely for it.
So you're absolutely for one night stands?
Absolutely for it. Yeah, why not though? Again, if I walk into a room and I feel like I would have sex with you, when am I gonna have that chance again?
But like, what if the person's sick and you don't know that? Because sick people aren't written on their foreheads.
No, facts. But that's why you always gotta come protected though. Like, you're not gonna go have raw sex on a one.
Let's just say that day. Let's build a scenario. No, let's
Nah,
build a scenario.
That's not even build it.
Boy, it's a real thing.
No,
Because you know what happens. You walk into a party.
Nah.
That happens. You see her hand and you're like, oh damn, the things I would do to you. She sees you. She's like, the things I would do to you. You don't have protection. What do you do?
Shut it down. Tough. You gotta take the L that day, bro.
Oh, nah, I'm with that.
Damn.
I'm with that. But in closing, I want to ask you a question. No? How do you feel about yourself?
Right now,
Yeah.
I feel great. I feel lovely. I think being in spaces like this, having opportunities like this, to be able to sit, speak to you, connect with people that are, you know, pushing and doing the same thing that I'm doing and have the same mindset and mentality is absolutely amazing. I think I've kind of hit like a little dip in terms of productivity and like mental strength.
Yeah.
But I think it's just more on the learning the ropes.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm very confident in that's what it is. So yeah, I feel really good.
What's your favorite song right now?
I have a couple.
Top 3. Yeah.
070 Shake, Body.
Yeah.
Money Badu, Your Way.
Of course, Money Badu is it.
And then I think I definitely have to say a Kanye song. Probably Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Really? Classic.
That's how I feel.
I think my top 3 is
Wait Till I Get
right
My
now,
Money Right.
Tarzan by Not Benjamin.
Fire.
And Bello Salo. What's that song with that Kanye where his mom does the intro?
On
See
Donda.
what new sight.
Oh,
Into the night. That song.
Is hard, yeah.
That song. And I think Diet Coke, bro. Ooh. Diet Coke. Bro.
Actually, that song with Jay-Z on that album is absolutely amazing.
Which one? The what wrist?
Yes.
Neck and wrist. Oh my god.
Bro, like Pharrell's contribution is crazy. Even the new Pharrell, 21 Savage, and Tyler. Yo.
Nah, but like I'm saying that I Know Nego.
Hard.
But the Tyler song?
Hard.
With the A$AP Rocky?
Hard.
Yeah, nah.
That's what she said.
Yeah. That was a big one though. But also that's what she said. Kaboom!
Boom, bada bing.
See you guys soon. We out.
Yes, sir.
Dad.
That nigga's killed it.
Nice.
Thank you.
That was dope.